It's not just joining a spaceship. That is what everyone knows. They didn't just ascend to a spaceship. Like, they trained for years to go
physically?
up there. Physically.
Like, are they all ripped with six packs?
What I did not mention, and I forgot, that 911 call, well, I guess I'll mention it on this episode if we're going to get started. Are we doing a shot?
Yeah, we are.
But let me say this right quick so I don't keep you guys on the line. When that 911 call came in, the police got there. The initial reports, if you look at the newspaper archives on the day that this happened, the headlines read 39 male suicide victims because every one of them, including Judith, Julie, and Susan, all had shaved heads. They had all shaved their heads and they were all wearing the exact same getup. Nike fleece, Nike sweatpants, Nike black shoes. Man, that shit was probably tight, dude. And I saw some meme somewhere, like it said, just do it.
Yeah.
It's the logo is like, just did it.
This is for Colleen, who is over in the Netherlands. What's up,
Welcome.
Colleen? Thank you.
Surprise shots. We don't know what they are because they're a surprise.
Heaven's Gate is a trip. Dude, you know what? Honestly, we don't know that they're not up in that damn spaceship right now.
I mean, maybe they're in the spy balloon.
They're probably...
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, good Lord. Fuck.
That was good vodka, though.
I will say, bringing up the Heaven's Gate,
I like it.
in order to prepare for said traveling on spaceship, the members for years participated in coffee enemas,
Interesting.
which is coffee up your boot hole, and actually Will the Pill on Quackery covered coffee enemas. So if you really, and apparently they work to clean you out and stuff. I'm going to say this. I use coffee. Do I not use coffee in the shower?
You do for your scrubs.
My face wash is grinded up coffee beans. It works wonders, man.
So it's an exfoliant.
Look how good my face looks.
It does, nice and clear.
There you go. It works great.
So I should start saving my K-cups.
Dude, all that other shit. Just look at any face wash you have. That's why I stopped using soap and shampoo altogether. I just use water. So tonight, guys, let me mention this book. I don't know if the authors are even around anymore. I tried to find them because I wanted to interview them, but I couldn't. But the book is called Cosmic Suicide. There's a couple on this cult. This cult is different because unlike other cults that are very militaristic and all this stuff, they stockpile guns like Waco and Ruby Ridge and stuff like that. They're stockpiling guns and they're very outspoken. This cult is very private. That's why the family members couldn't find their missing family members, because this cult is extremely private. And in fact, it only had 39 members, and that was for the suicide. It was down to like 24 members at one point, and even less than that. And that's including the actual two. The two is what they're called, the cult leaders, the two.
So how many, and I know you said that there are some around today probably running the Red website. How many, is there like a modern day count of people who are still in this organization?
Not still in it, but there are ex-cult members that do interviews, and we're going to talk about this. But you join this cult for enlightenment, and then they start going into space travel and all this Star Trek shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are like, maybe this isn't right for me. So they just kind of bounce out, which is okay, because this cult didn't actually go, and they're not like Scientology and, rope them back in or whatever. There are cult members that speak out today, with no retribution because everyone's fucking dead. Are floating around in fucking space.
Yeah. So this just hit their 25-year mark.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Crazy.
this is a crazy story, man. Crazy story. And this picture kind of sums it up. There were 39 bodies. A lot of them were in bedrooms, but some of them were just in this room right here. If you want to describe this room. That man
It's
is
a large room.
It is a very large
Ornate
room.
furniture.
That man is the very pissed off real estate agent that had probably just spent weeks cleaning up the floors, because these bodies were in there for quite a while. And I'll show you videos of literal goopage stains.
Ew.
Of a body getting bloated and then gooping out everywhere. They had to clean all that
I don't
shit.
like the word goop as a verb. That is a no. That's a no for me.
I mean, it's just crazy. Here's one of the goopage stains.
Oh God!
Right here, you can see. You see that goopage stain?
Okay. That carpet, you know,
needs to go.
Where is Grady Hendrix' book again? How to Sell a Haunted House?
How to Sell a Murder House? That would be a good one for us.
I mean, I'm just saying, he just needs to tear up that carpet, put in gorgeous hardwood floors. There you go. You would never know.
I wonder if this house is haunted. I mean, it doesn't exist anymore, probably.
Oh, this house?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this house because lately.
No,
Dude,
you see what
I've
you
had-
want to see.
I've had cassette tapes in the garage just fall off onto the floor.
All right, well.
It's like, what, Ghost? You don't like my fucking music? Fuck you. That's why I got all those LL Cool J fucking.
You think she likes LL Cool J?
Oh, so it's a she, so you know who it is? Look at this guy. He's just like goopage.
And it wasn't Barbara.
Nope.
Look at this goopage. That's what he's saying. His exact quote, actually, quote, look at this goopage, in quote. It's not his quote.
Oh, I just had deja vu, but it's okay.
Deja goopage.
Oh,
Deja
Shrey wants
vu.
to know.
God, I'm like already drunk. We read the 911 call last time. Police found 39 bodies, rotting corpses in the house.
That we're gooping.
That were gooping, yeah. This is from the book Cosmic Suicide, The Tragedy and Transcendence of Heaven's Gate by Rodney Perkins and Forrest Jackson. This book was printed in 1997, and which is why I didn't know about the new address of the house, but apparently it's signed. I don't think it's worth anything, but whatever.
The bodies were neatly positioned on their backs, with feet pointed upwards and hands placed at their sides. Purple shrouds covered the faces and chests of most of the dead, as if the deceased expected to go on vacation. Beside each body was a bag packed with undergarments, a warm-up suit, and toiletries. Small quantities of money were found in the pockets of several members. Conveniently for authorities, each person had at least one identification card or passport.
Why would they need a passport to go into space?
Just in case somebody's checking that at the,
At the gate.
yeah.
At the gate.
At the gate, yeah.
The space gate.
But what happened to the clothes? Like, do you think that when you go to Goodwill that you have ever gotten something that was on a person when they died?
Maybe. I don't do a lot of clothes, though.
No, I know, but they could be wearing shoes when they die.
Sure.
This is one former cult member showing off his Nike kicks. This is for you, Nicole, which I know you want to like buy all these fucking things probably.
I wonder what they did with them. I do.
It's got the check mark on the bottom. Look at that.
Pretty cool.
Let's see inside the house. I'll put this video on talkmurder.com. This is from Associated Press. The bodies there were 39 of them. So you literally see a panel truck delivering or taking these bodies out. They had to put them in a big truck.
Oof.
Oh,
So this
That
is
must have been one smelly ass truck.
oh,
oh
hell
my
yeah.
goodness.
What you're watching now, the authorities are using forklifts to lift the bodies up and put them in the truck.
Ugh.
Well, they're taking them off now, it looks like.
Ugh.
And we can make fun of this because they didn't commit suicide. They just left their bodies.
Got it.
Which is kind of a dick move because now other people got to clean up your empty
A
vessel.
mess. Yeah.
Fucking crazy. I'm gonna show you a videotape like inside the house, okay? And I mean, they're just you can't they're not like dead bodies splayed out because they're all
No,
under the purple garments, you know. But
They were still gooping though.
the reason that there was such goopage is because this suicide happened in 3 stages in 3 different cycles. So
So it's not like they all just did it at once. It was like, cheers.
yeah, so they all
I wonder why.
Well, one did it, then Judith and the people in charge, we imagine, went and make sure they were dead. Everything went okay. Then the second group, boom, and then the third. And she was part of the last. Judith was the last one deceased. That's why we started with her.
Yep.
And we're trying to figure out how these people became involved into this because these weren't just idiots, man. Like some of these people were extremely smart. They were like physicists. A lot of scientists were in this cult. The mansion right here is kind of a little walkthrough. So you see the bodies right there. This is in one room, obviously. You go to a next room, which is right beside there. You see there's 2 bodies on bunk beds and they're all the same, right? They all, under those blankets, they all have shaved heads. They're all wearing Nikes, black everything, and the purple shroud or whatever it's called over them. And they all probably smell pretty nice.
Like what were the phases? Like how long between the first death and the last death?
it was
Days or weeks or?
it was pushing a week. Yeah.
Yes, smell.
The first cycle, which we saw earlier, the one with the real estate agent there and he was like looking at the blood. Like that is when the body bloats up and then all that stuff just eventually drains itself out. That's what happens to a body. It just drains out the eyes and other stuff. Like all that fluid, when you bloat, your gases like push your body to bloat, and then all that fluid has to come out somewhere. So it looks for like your eyes and your butthole and your ear hole. So
thanks for that.
Now I'm going to show you the actual cult leader here in a second. He was found in a room by himself, and there was an interesting photo beside him. If anyone wants to take a guess what that photo is, I don't know. I'll give you a cookie or something.
A cookie?
But this is the bodies here. And like I said at first, they thought they were all male.
Because of the shaved heads.
Yeah. The picture I showed you earlier with the guy looking at the goop on the floor, this is what the caption from the Associated Press says. Real estate consultant Randall Bell points to bloodstains left on the marble floor by one of the bodies, which had bloated and seeped bodily fluids in the Rancho Santa Fe, California mansion where 39 Heaven's Gate cult members killed themselves in March. Bell has been hired by the mansion's owner, which we'll talk about him in a second, to oversee renovation of the house to be resold. The $1.3 million mansion will be stripped down to get rid of smell from the bodies, and most of the fixtures will be changed to remove the stigma of mass suicide. So that caption is of this photo, which I showed you earlier, but here it is again of this one. So,
wow.
I mean, that's seep goopage. Kind of gross, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, here's a kind of cool little infographic I found about kind of like where this happened at. I know it's maybe hard for you guys to see, but...
And all the different people?
Yeah, this is like male versus female and where they're from. Texas, Arizona, Texas.
How did they all come to be here?
That's what we're going to get into. You can present the story like everyone wants to get on the UFO, or you can like go into like what compelled them to do this. They knew they were going to kill themselves. It's not like they drank Kool-Aid and it's like, fuck, is there something in this? No, they were drinking it willingly. Going back to the first episode, when she put the bag over her head, it's not that and I was saying she was doing it quietly so she didn't wake her up, which probably. But even if she did, there would be no resistance because that was the point. So there were suicide instructions found at the scene. So, I mean, I shouldn't say suicide because these people, these cult members did not think it was suicide. They thought they were literally leaving their vessel, their body, which they have been training for months, doing different things we're going to talk about to get to the next level.
Are they doing the burpee challenge?
Yeah.
According to the San Diego County Medical Examiner's Office, instructions for the method of suicide were found at the scene. They were instructed to drink the vodka, eat a few teaspoons of pudding or applesauce, stir in the powder, eat it quickly, drink some more of the vodka medicine, and lay back and relax.
Medicine.
After breathing has slowed down, use plastic bag to be sure.
To be sure.
Yeah. So they have to have Judith as the last one. The reason that the cult leader, and when I say cult leader, there are two, but one of them had already passed from an actual illness. So the man, his real name is Marshall Applewhite. That's the guy on this book. But at the time he was going by Doe.
Oh, and Doe and Jan?
No, Doe and T from Sound of the Music.
Oh, yeah.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. So you had Doe and T, which we're going to talk about. But anyway.
There's a pizza joint around the corner called a Do, re, mi.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Have you tried it?
Yes.
Is it good?
Yes. Funnily enough, that was the pizza that I ordered that first night that I signed on the house. A Do, re, mi.
Can you describe this guy for us? This is the leader here. His name is Applewhite is his last name.
He looks
not like
Cucamonga.
He does not look like the man.
Yeah, he does not look like Busy Dad. He does look 85 though.
He does. But his eyes are like, let's go do this thing, guys.
Would you follow him into a spaceship?
No.
Fuck no.
But he looks like the type of person
he's going
who would.
to a spaceship. Yeah.
He looks like the type of person who would take you to a spaceship. I'm going on a trip to the rocket ship. What is that show? Baby Genius or something? Baby, I don't know. That it's a kids show that's like talks about the rocket ship song. Natasha, what is the name of that show? I know you know.
So guys, all right. Number one, think about this. How crazy
Daniel
is
Tiger,
this?
maybe.
How crazy is this? There are other cults, right? And
lots of them.
But this is the first one. This is the first. The correct term is UFO cult. This is the first one. Now there are other alien cults out there. there.
Oh, yeah.
Mormonism.
Scientology, you've got Mormonism, sure. Yep. We're with you.
Mormonism would be the first alien cult. There's a difference between alien and UFO cult, but there's an author that I can't recommend because you guys would think I'm crazy, but his books are really interesting. His name is Eric von Daniken, and he's got like,
I've heard of him.
He's got like 100 books, and his famous one, Chariots of the Gods, was released like in the 70s before the suicide. So it was definitely an influence here, as was Star Trek and other things. In fact, in the compound, the mansion, they had a list of approved programs that they could watch, and it was stuff like Star Trek and Stargate and stuff like that.
Interesting.
It was only sci-fi stuff. So this cult was very sci-fi based. Anyway, Eric von Daniken, this German, I don't know what to call him, a researcher,
Alien astrophysicist.
alien astronaut theorist. He postulated in the 70s that his belief is that aliens had visited before humans existed and have since kind of led us to where we are and are maybe even trying to help us get to a certain stage. You know what I'm saying? But the aliens had influences over us. That's what he believes.
Eric von Daniken.
Yeah. This is Applewhite when he was found right here. From all my sources, I think that this is the actual photo. Now, beside him, you can't see it because it was never made public, but there is a photograph beside him. And I think it was like resting right beside him.
I do like those Nikes.
I know, right? Fuck yeah.
Like, I've been looking for a pair of black Nikes to wear on the sidelines, and I like those.
Dude, so this cult was fucking sick, right? They had patches and everything. They had 2 patches made, and they said away team, you know, like going away, but they were sick, dude. Like, I would love to wear
We have
that shit.
t-shirts.
Like, as a cult, they were like, you know, they're stylish.
Maybe when we do the Behold Johnny Llama, we need to have a patch on the arm that's the way team on this.
If there's a photo beside this guy of, like, what do you think the photo would be? If he's going to put a photo beside him when he kills himself, what is it going to be?
A
Take
spaceship.
guess. You
The
want-
comet?
Close. This is the actual photo. Can you describe this?
An alien.
Now,
Is that what he's supposed to look like after?
yes, during the years of them preparing themselves to leave their vessel, which is this thing full of fucking diseases and oh, my knee hurts and just shit, biological bullshit
My
that
burpee made apps.
only lasts 70 to 100 years if you're lucky. Leave this vessel, empty it out, and ascend into another being, which is this guy right here, this cute little alien guy. And apparently he knew this guy. Like, they were fucking friends and shit, from what he's gonna say. Like, they were
I don't want to look like that.
like, what, Mark Zuckerberg?
That was good.
All right. So you read the suicide instructions. One more thing on the suicide. It seems like they took those instructions from a controversial guide back in the day, which I actually downloaded. I don't know if anyone wants it.
Baby Einstein. That's the song. That's where the song is from.
There
I'm
you go.
sorry. I'm sorry. It came to me.
The book is from Derek Humphreys. It is a controversial guide to self-suicide that he had published. And the title of that is Final Exit. But it seems like they had pulled this from chapter 22. So it was so they basically, somebody read this book and almost word from word, they pulled how to kill themselves. Quote, drink the vodka, eat a few teaspoons of pudding or applesauce, stir in the powder, eat it quickly, drink some more of the vodka medicine and lay back and relax.
So who wrote this book about suicide?
It was someone unrelated to this cult. It was just a psychologist.
But like, why? I wonder if that book is still published. Like, you should
Probably not.
pull that off of the.
I have
shelf.
it if you want it. I mean, it's still out there. I was interested in it. What the fuck? Like, it's good material to have for this podcast.
Yeah, for
like
the
I
podcast.
wanted to see the fucking chapter where they pulled it from.
Oh, I thought you were saying if I want it as
no.
I took
I
it the
wanted
wrong way. I took it what you said the wrong way. My apologies.
The same reason I want it is because I had like cannibalism books over here and shit.
And the DSM-5 and all that. Yeah, I know. I thought you were suggesting that I read it for a different reason.
Well, it's history. I mean, all right, this is the guy right here before he got all cuckoo.
Oh, yeah, he looks like a nice young boy. He still kind of looks like, let me try to charm you to join this. Let me sell you a vacuum. Ding dong. Hello, ma'am. Have you heard of our Ultralux 2000? Yes, it sucks all the dirt and dust off of your floors. And guess what? We sell it for a low price of $19.99, which was expensive back in the 60s.
Herb Applewhite was he was a music prodigy, much like Manson listen, a lot of this story and the Charles Manson story, they have a lot of parallels. They were both musically inclined. In fact, Applewhite had an amazing voice, and his whole life was trying to star in these theater roles. In fact, this is a photo of him right here doing that. He starred as, I know it looks like he's got titties there.
No, it's just the jacket.
But he starred in these theater roles, and he was getting pretty well known for that. However, there was something that had happened when he was a teacher that kind of disgraced him. So he was a music teacher, and there was
Did he sexually assault one of his students? Because that would definitely be disgraceful.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Oh, good guess.
But he was married at the time, a male student. Now, this is an allegation. There's no actual proof, but all the other cult members that are still alive and all the books and everything else claim that he was let go because he had an affair with a male student. In the Johnny Lime episodes, because it's going to be too long here, we're going to go into some of the practices they've done in this cult. One of those practices is to abstain from sex. And the best way to do that is to cut your little wiener off. And so a lot of the members castrated themselves.
A lot of members.
That was good, Jen.
A lot of the members cut off their members.
Nice.
Does anyone say that like during sex? Oh yeah, put that member inside of
Wouldn't know, but I would not say
me.
that.
Put that member in my palace.
Ew. Can you just stop now?
No, member and palace do not go together as words, and I don't know anyone who would use. No, why would you say that?
I don't know, man.
All right, the member, they cut off their members.
And
what?
why is important like everything your stepsister?
Can we go back to
Wait,
cut off? So do they not bleed to death?
I
I'm
thought
confused.
that when you're castrated, you just cut off the balls. You cut off everything.
Most of them, which we're going to get into later, had the balls cut off only, including Herb Applewhite.
Herb?
He went by Herb and all kinds of
Basil?
shit.
names.
Anyway,
Thyme?
he had that done to him,
Parsley.
and he would get that. They got that surgery in Mexico, obviously, because no doctor here would do it. But the reason
Mexico, you sound so.
the reason they do it is to abstain from sex, because here's what we're going to get into. Why does it matter if you have sex? Like, it doesn't. Like, why restrict the members from having sex? Well, here's the psychology that's kind of hidden. Applewhite was closeted homosexual, okay? And he knew
ashamed.
that. But yeah, he was ashamed of it, which kind of like explains the whole self-castration.
Right.
Because he doesn't want to admit that he's a homosexual. So why isn't just not possible that, the aliens tell us that no one can have sex for years? You know what I'm saying? That way he doesn't have to worry about it.
Got it.
So a lot of this cult is based on beliefs and things that he's been transmitted. But if you dive really deep into it, it's basically a cult of this guy's fragmented psychology, right? They're really following this guy's screwed up kind of worldview and view on himself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But which is kind of crazy. He ended up in the hospital, which he never said that he went there because he had a mental breakdown, which is what everyone thinks. He said that he was visiting a friend, although he visited that friend and stayed there. That's where he met this woman, Bonnie Truesdale Nettles, otherwise known as T. Bo and T are Peep. Bo and Peep.
I thought it was dough and tea.
Doe and T are Bo and Peep. They have different
Fucking
names.
confusing. Okay.
Bo Peep.
So, okay, sorry.
And I kept calling him Do. Like when I'm reading it, I know it's Doe, but I kept calling him Do. I'm like, Do and Ty. Motherfucker.
Do
Tea.
tie me up.
And I have to like freaking go over that song like Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti. Okay, T.
So,
Do and T. Do and Ty.
So he has an affair with a student twice, then goes away to an institution, but says he's visiting a friend, and he meets Bonnie T, whoever, at that said institution.
Yeah.
That's the timeline?
That's the timeline.
Okay.
And
So this is after his second.
yeah, like I said, we're going to supplement a lot of this week.
Gotcha.
But let me just kind of go over the basics belief system. And he gets really wild, but this is the basic of what they believe. They can become immortal by by achieving the evolutionary level above human. Now that's the title. They have a really good marketing strategy. And so they say, oh, we're not committing suicide. We're just ascending to the next level, you know? It's very self-helpish.
Yeah. Can I just put emphasis on the fact that both of these cult leaders were in a mental institution when they met?
Bonnie Nettles was actually his nurse. So she was a registered nurse at said hospital. That's how they met. She, in fact, was looking for something also. I saw an interview with her daughter that said that, you know, the daughter and mom, Nettles, would do everything together, but they would often sit outside. And once they saw like a shooting star comet, and they would talk about, you know, what if it's a spaceship, and, you know, what if it came and lifted us up? Like, she was very spiritual and metaphysical before she even met this guy.
Right.
And this guy is desperately looking for something else. So it's like this toxic, weird kind of meld here going on.
Yes. And again, let me put emphasis, and they met at an institution. And they both were like, yeah, aliens.
Let's get on up on this spaceship.
They thought their body was just a vessel. So to them, they weren't killing themselves. They were just transmitting. Actually, to get into it, an alien came down, and each one of their bodies, the alien kind of took over their body and then grabbed a hold of their soul, I guess you will, and then shot them up to the fucking spaceship. Let me show you her right quick. I didn't want to get really into her right now because it's going to be way too long, but let me show you her. They were basically soulmates. Now, he was gay. Keep that in mind. So, and she was straight. So I don't know if they've ever had any sexual relations.
You can be a soulmate without being sexual, or a twin flame or whatever. But like,
they had a bond.
They had a bond, and that's fine. But again, she was a nurse at this institution, and he was a pedophile. And so, but like, she was looking for something, and then he was like, aliens, and like, yeah, like, this is a great idea. Let's get people to join us.
It goes in deeper than that. But number one, he wasn't
deeper than that. But like again, like, you have, a sane person would be like, why is this person here? Now, I understand.
He wasn't a pedophile, number one.
Did he not have two affairs with the students?
Yeah, college students.
Oh, they're college students.
Yeah, my bad.
Sorry.
No, I'm not sticking up for the guy. I'm just trying to correct, you know.
Well, if you're in college, like, I'm assuming you would be over the age of consent, which is, but you're still in a position of, so pedophile, no, but still in a position of power. You shouldn't be doing that.
She is the actual mastermind behind this. Applewhite was just kind of the
catalyst,
if you will. He was the talker. Their philosophy, the whole philosophy, is trying to get to the kingdom of heaven. And the way to do that, the only way to do that, is to leave your vessel, much like a Christian. That's what the rapture is, right? Jesus comes back, and the rapture, your soul goes up to heaven. However, he wants to take it to a different level. Instead of heaven being a spiritual realm, and I'm talking about Doe and T, the philosophy is that the kingdom of heaven is a physical realm. Okay. The only way to get there, and in this physical realm, these aliens, if you will, look like this.
Okay.
So when they're training their bodies and all the years they spent preparing, they're trying to be more like this young gentleman right here.
And that's why they're shaving their heads.
That's why they're shaving their heads. Yeah, exactly. Shit like that. That photo that I just showed you is what was found. That same photo is what was found next to Applewhite, next to Doe, his dead body. So that is what they're striving to be. That guy was talking to him, that alien. So already he's going off the perception that this is what an alien's supposed to look like, right? The heavenly kingdom is an actual physical plane, unlike heaven in Christianity, which is a spiritual plane. When I die as a Christian, my soul goes up to heaven, not my whole body.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But up there, they're physical bodies, which look like that fucking alien guy.
Well, that's part of the reason why Christianity doesn't, cremate, so that you can come back to your physical body.
Yeah. Hey guys, I hope you guys liked that episode. We went over the suicides and the bodies found in the mansion. We talked a little bit about the philosophy, but if you want to really dive in, make sure you go check out the Johnny Lama podcast. I have both of the episodes up that I did covering this case, and I dive really deep into it. It goes a lot further than what I presented here, but obviously this isn't the right podcast for it. So go check that out. And until next time, good night, you lovely, lovely people.